Hey guys, this might be a slightly weird topic for a video, but I guess it's I want to talk about being organized or disorganized, and I'm just like, my organizational skills, if you want to call them that, have seriously gone downhill in the last year or so, and I'm trying to figure out why exactly that is. Because I used to be like the most organized person ever. Like I always had like a written out list of like all the things I needed to get done. Every day I would, check things off of my list. I usually had more stuff to do than I could actually get done. And so, I constantly had a running list, either written down or in my head or both, of things I need to get done. But I was really good at accomplishing things and getting them checked off and getting them done and in a timely manner and stuff. And I'm not a procrastinator. Like I've never been that kind of a person because it causes me anxiety. And so I don't procrastinate on things. And so yeah, that's the person I was. I always, my bills were paid on time. All my stuff was done early. So I stayed on top of it really well. And in the last year, probably, it has just gone, and I find that I have a really hard time concentrating on anything. Like, I'll find myself just doing mindless things, like seriously just wandering around my house. Like I just wander around, like I'm not going anywhere. I'm sort of pacing, I guess, and not really doing. I'll like go into the bedroom and I'll kind of like pick up a few things and put them away, and I'll sort a few things, and then I'll just kind of like walk off and I'll like, start doing dishes, and then they're like halfway done. And I'm like, okay, I need to leave these to soak, and I walk off to do something else, and then the dishes sit like until the next day. It's like, that's just not how I used to be. I wasn't so distracted, I guess, and that's kind of how it feels, is that I can't really concentrate on stuff. Same thing for schoolwork. I'm really lucky in the fact that this semester I don't have a huge workload, so I'm taking classes and stuff, but the work is pretty much, I don't know how I want to describe it. It's mostly done on my own time, and it's like independent research kind of stuff. So it's not like, okay, fill out this worksheet and turn it in tomorrow. It's like, okay, I have 2 weeks to get this done, and so I can either do it that day or not do it that day, do it the next week, whenever it fits in for me. But I find that now I am procrastinating more. And again, I don't know why. I feel like I don't have the motivation, I guess, to do stuff. That's part of it, I think. And the other part is that I've noticed that when I'm alone, this happens more when I'm alone. Because my kids are with me during the week, and I'm really hectically busy, crazy busy when my kids are with me. Because all week long we get up early, my older kids have school, I have to take care of my son, I have school. It's really busy during the week, but on the weekend my kids are not here, they go with their dad. And so I'm just alone. And that's when I usually would get all of the stuff done that piled up during the week. But I find now that I just don't do it. I'll just sit there, but it's not like I'm even doing anything, you know what I mean? Like, I just am kind of like staring off into space, or like mindlessly, I don't know, just messing around on my phone. Like, I'm not even doing anything that's important. And it's like I can't even really put together a list of things that I need to do. I don't have a list anymore. I don't make lists anymore of things I need to get done. That's partly the problem, I guess, is because my mind feels so scattered that I can't make a coherent list of things that I need to do. And in the past, I could keep track of things in my mind, like, it's kind of weird to describe, but my mind, I would see a picture of a calendar almost in my mind, and on what days I had things, because I think in pictures a lot, and so that's how I would see it. But now it's like I don't see that anymore. It's just like there's nothing there, and it's just stuff that's scattered all over the place. There's no order to the days and no order to the things that I have to get done, so I forget. What days I have to do things, and this month has been really crazy. February, pretty much every other day I've had either an appointment or some due date or something going on. And so I'm trying to keep track of like all of this stuff, and my ex actually keeps reminding me of stuff because one thing is next month my kids' birthdays are coming up, and he and I had already split out like who was going to do what for their birthday party. And then like a few days ago, he gave me all this stuff he had bought, like balloons and whatever. And I said, okay, so I'll do this, and then I'll do this other thing. I'll get this other stuff. And he said, that's what we already decided. That's what you already said you would do. And I was like, I didn't remember. I didn't remember that I said that. And I was just like, okay. And he always gets mad at me because he's like, you don't remember anything. And that's not true. I do remember some things, but I'm really struggling to remember other stuff, and it freaks me out a little bit because I've kind of always, since I was young, had an issue with my memory, and ever since my ex and I met, he would like get seriously mad about it because he'd say, you don't remember this thing, or you don't remember that thing, and it's like, you can't force someone to remember if they don't remember. It's not purposeful. And, you know, I remember things like people's birthdays and important stuff like that, but, like, the fact that you told me I needed to get balloons and you were going to get helium, or I needed to get streamers and you were going to get this, like, I don't remember that. And I guess I feel like it's partly because I have so much other stuff going on that I can't keep it straight, and because for the last several years, I call it multitasking because I've had so much going on, and I have had to take care of all three of my kids for many years now, and my own stuff on top of it. And if you could picture like tree branches like shooting out from my brain, like that's like all the different thought tracks that are going on simultaneously. And most people don't really think like that. They think, you know, they might have one or two things going on, but they're focusing on one thing. But I couldn't because I haven't been able to. I've had to juggle all of these things at one time. And now I almost feel like my brain is just fried. Like it has fried. And it scares me a little, like I said, because it's like, is this like a permanent thing? Is my mind just kind of like going downhill? Because, you know, your brain does physically change over time. And there's a lot of things that cause your brain to change. Stress, medications, like lots of different things. And, you know, the medications that I've been on over the years and on and off, and all the stress I've been under the last few years, and not to mention just my own like body chemistry, right, and my mental stuff going all whack. It's like, I don't know what to do to make it better. I find that it helps me to be around people. I don't know why. Like, for example, if my kids were here, just having them in the house, for some reason, it's almost like it puts me in a different mindset. So I'm able to go about my daily routine of getting things done. But once they're gone, it's like it gets thrown into upheaval, and I'm suddenly like jarred and I don't know what to do mentally, I guess. And it's kind of weird because the same thing happens if I go over to my dad's house. I'll be able to go and sit down and get things done and work on schoolwork and whatnot. Just having other people in the house around me. But when I'm alone, I walk around the house and I talk to myself. And hours pass by and I don't know where they went and what I'm doing. And it's a crappy feeling because I'm not used to being like this. I'm used to being very productive and achieving a lot of things, and not being unproductive. Basically, like if somebody asked me, what'd you do today? I don't know if I could say anything. It's like 3 o'clock right now. I don't know if I could say anything that I actually did. It's just a really crappy feeling in my brain. It feels like there's a bunch of stuff just stuffed into my brain, and I want to like pull all the stuff out and like clean it out so it's like, okay, now my brain isn't like an overstuffed closet with a bunch of crap falling out. It's a weird description, I know, but it's the best I can do. So even right now, my brain feels stuffed, and I haven't even done anything to make it feel that way. Maybe it's just the high stress load and everything, and that maybe once my divorce is final, and I'm hoping that over the summer I can just take a break from all the stress from the last few years and see if maybe I don't get better from some of this stuff. My health has been really bad too. I haven't made a video about it, but I was diagnosed with something, not a mental thing, but something else recently, because my health has just deteriorated in the last year in particular, longer than that, but the stress of splitting up with my ex has no doubt pushed that forward. So anyway, I'm going to end this because I didn't mean to ramble, but I mean, all my videos are long anyway. So yeah, brain stuffing, that's a, maybe a good word. Brain stuffing, unstuffing. I don't know, my brain hurts. I don't want to talk anymore.